Chennai Super Kings hasn't been at their best in the IPL 2025. Their iconic player MS Dhoni hasn't been able to close out matches, and many games have been frittered away. So the big question is, can the team Chennai Super Kings stage a comeback? Can they still make to the playoffs? And can they really go on to win the IPL 2025? Are the questions, and what they exactly need to do in the future are all the questions that we're going to answer in this video. So I'm Greenstone Lobo, scientific astrologer, and you are watching me on Asianet News. And I'm going to be talking astrologically the future of Chennai Super Kings. So let's look at the factors which are ailing Chennai Super Kings. If I want to start from the top, so see, normally what happens is astrologically similar players, when they come together, they can do really wonders. So most of the time it can be any team. If there are at the top, if there are players and they are performing very well, it could be only because they have similar planetary positions or complementary planetary positions. But then in this case, Ruturaj is coming one down, and then you have a Rachin Ravindra partnering with Rahul Tripathi. Now Rachin Ravindra is a 99 born, he falls into this patch called as a grey lizard patch, and Rahul Tripathi falls in the early patches of Pluto. So there is a mismatch here. If let's say Ruturaj partners with Rachin Ravindra, okay, or in the other case, let's say Rahul Tripathi partners with Devan Convoy, so they have those similar set of planets, and that can become a destructive pair at the top. So they have a problem even in the beginning. It's not the one below, but then even in the beginning. So that's the reason they're not having great starts or great partnerships up front. Then I'm going to talk about another very, very contentious factor, and that is, of course, we're talking about the iconic players. Let's start with the great MS Dhoni. Now MS Dhoni, whatever reasons, he's not been coming more frequently close out matches. And in one match, it was very ironic that he came at number 9, and then the match was almost over. Okay, so now the problem in MS Dhoni's chart is that he was born in the year 1981, and the planet Uranus was in the deepest exaltation, was the most powerful body when he was born. And this Uranus was in a very, very powerful position between 2017 till now, which is till March 2025. In April 2025, the planet Uranus has already become debilitated. Debilitated means it has become weaker. So what it means is, the iconic MS Dhoni has lost his power, to do something really big. So you're only going to see more and more such cases where Dhoni won't be able to close out matches. See, when the Uranus was exalted during that patch, MS Dhoni led CSK to out of those 7 years, 2 IPL victories he could take them out to. Obviously other players will also have their run, right? So other players also did. But then he could win 2 tournaments. But then his major planet has become weaker, so obviously he is without his power, so he won't be able to close out matches. And he's now playing only as a finisher, he's not the captain. So if he would have been a captain, it would have been even more disastrous. But now, at the role that he's expected to play, he won't be able to play well. So that is the one major, setback for Chennai Super Kings. The other important setback is that they also have 2 more players. There is Ravichandran Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja. Both of them were born in the 80s. Ashwin also has a very powerful Uranus in the chart. He's born in 86. And for him also, the same Uranus is going to go weaker, which means even he is losing his power. And Ravindra Jadeja anyway doesn't have a very strong Uranus. And if the Uranus is weaker in his chart, if it becomes weaker more, then it only is going to give him more trouble. So we have 3 iconic figures in Chennai Super Kings team, and any Chennai Super King fan who's going to listen to this is going to feel very bad. But I'm telling you one thing which may be very, very sad to hear, but then only the presence of these 3 players in the playing 11 is the major reason why CSK is not able to win matches. Because CSK won't be able to qualify or win a tournament because these 3 people are losing their power, and if they're going to be there, then obviously it's going to be difficult for the team to win. So they may have to. And you know what? I have been that person who has always been the advocate of Dhoni and Ashwin. I have always written about Ashwin in my books, and I have said that he's one of the he'll go on to be a legend when nobody was thinking in those lines. You know, I'm told about him in 2008-9. So, and about Dhoni, I went all the way to his home. I met his mother. I got the exact word details. I had predicted about him in 2011 World Cup that he will bring the World Cup for India. In 2015, I said that he will not win. In 2021 and 23 IPL, I said that he's going to win. So, I've made some historic predictions about Dhoni and Ashwin, and I've always been for them because the planets were supporting him. I don't have any personal bias. So the bias now comes from the fact that their main planet is losing power, which means they won't be able to do well. So which means if CSK has to do well, unfortunately these three gentlemen shouldn't be a part of the team, the setup. Okay, now coming to the team, that some of the players who should be there, and they are the ones who are going to lead them into the future are obviously Ruturaj Gaikwad. He's got a very good chart. So the coming years are extremely powerful for 2026, 27, 28. These are all very good years for the Grey Lizard patch. Grey Lizard patch are those people who are born between 97 to 2000. Okay, so players of that, even the captains born in that patch will do well in this period. So which means Ruturaj definitely has it in him to win an IPL. Okay, probably Sachin Ravindra should be there with him. Okay, but then there are also some other players. I can look at let's say Pakirana, for example, Khalil, for example, Noor Ahmed. Okay, should be there. Even Deepak Huda can be there. Okay, Shreyas Gopal, I don't know why they have not been using him very well. He has very good chart. He should be played more often, and unfortunately, he has not been given the chances. So he can be one player who should be there. So these young players are the future, and they should be there. And talking about the future, there are a couple of more people I would definitely talk about, and they are yet to play for CSK. And I feel that CSK is having that firepower within them, but they're not exploiting those young people. Probably even that confidence was not there on Ruturaj also earlier, but then Ruturaj proved that he can be a very good player. Similarly, they have two more players, young players who can come really good. I'm talking about Vansh Bedi, born in December 2002. Phenomenal chart. That boy can do very well. And the other boy is Andre Siddharth. Okay, he's born in 2006. Once again, a fantastic horoscope. So these two young boys are sitting there in the shed. I don't know why you're keeping them there. Just unleash them. Okay. Anyways, things are becoming difficult. So why not give those new young boys chances, and they can definitely do well. So these are young boys to keep a watch on. They are going to do well for CSK. And then finally, let me talk about Stephen Fleming. See, unfortunately or fortunately, Stephen Fleming has been at the helm of affairs for so many years now. And once you have that, there is only a limit to which you can take off from a person. He has already won 5 titles for CSK. You don't expect him to win, another 1 or 2. It's going to be very, very difficult for anyone to do that. So Dhoni has been there, done that. Stephen Fleming has been there, done that. So let these people go now. Okay. Only when these people go, then the new blood and the new team can do more. So if a very simple thing, if CSK really, this year I think the IPL title is done and dusted. CSK cannot win the IPL 2025. It's simple, it's given. Even if they qualify for the qualifiers, I'll be very surprised. Okay. In future, if at all they need to do anything, at least they need to immediately get, the iconic Dhoni to probably, be a mentor of the team, and maybe even Stephen Fleming can take a backseat and do something else. Maybe they need to have a new coach in place. Okay. And Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja also needs to go into different roles, or maybe not be a part of the playing 11. That is very important. Okay. And of course, if you do a rehaul of this entire team with the younger players coming in, I would say that CSK definitely has a firepower in them. But then once they do all of these changes, then the chances of the future tournaments are looking good. Okay. So CSK is definitely be a force to reckon with in the future for sure.